Rock and Block, la casa del rock y el metal. Siempre con los mejores contenidos en entrevistas, reportajes, charlas, concursos y un montón de sorpresas para ti, amante del rock. Hoy en Rock and Block Friends presentamos...
Okay, so here we are in Rock and Block with the RIVEN, and we are talking about their tour and plenty of news they have. First of all, how are you and how is it going?
We're good. Yeah, we're doing fine. We played our last show a week ago now, and now we're recovering from a full-on tour with Deadlord.
Yeah.
Ready for the tour in Spain.
Exactly. So now we're in the limbo between tours.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because you've been finishing the Dystopia tour, supporting the Lord, and how was it? You've been recording all tours, plenty of data in Europe. How was it? How are your feelings about the tour?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we're all very good friends with all the members from Deadlord, and we all hang out here in Stockholm as well. So it was super fun. It's just like traveling with friends and playing music.
That was super.
So nice. So now you go on a headline tour in Spain in April, and you have plenty of dates confirmed, and we'll go to record them later. You'll be in Madrid, Vitoria, Monzón, Soria, Lleida, Ciudad Real, Donosti, León. You'll be all around Spain. And how about the Iberian tour? How do you feel about it? What the public will find in your concert shows?
I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we're really, really excited to go back to Spain again. We really like Spain, or like the whole Iberic Peninsula, of course. It's going to be really fun, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So really nice. And well, maybe some public don't know who is RIVEN. It's electrifying powerhouse, but we would like to know more about you. Which are your main influences, and tell about the band, its beginnings, in order to know more about you.
Yeah, so I mean, we started the band when we were back in London. We used to live in London, Max and Tota, our singer, and I. So we started the band back in London in 2017.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we released our first EP, and then we moved here to Stockholm all together. And then we recorded the first album, The RIVEN, that was recorded in Madrid, actually. So we started the relationship with Iberia very soon.
Exactly, yeah, and we have roots there, so to speak.
Exactly.
We have a history together.
And and then a few months later, Yuke joined the band as well as another guitarist, and then Jussi as well, step in for drums instead of Olof.
Exactly. Yeah, so you joined the band back in 2020.
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic. Yeah. And then Yuki joined the band in 2021, or was it 2022?
Yeah, I think it was 2021.
I think so as
Yeah,
well. Yeah. And so now we've been, exactly. We played a few shows last year as well that you were a part of. Yeah. Sorry.
And which are your main influences in music? Do you think these bands are really here with us?
I think it's a long list when it comes to like all the members, because we listen to a lot of music and we listen to a lot of different music. But I think what we kind of can like get together in is that kind of a bit new wave of British heavy metal kind of thing, along with like classic rock stuff such as like Rolling Stones and that stuff. Yet again, with some influences, for example, like the retro rock scene, like Graveyard and stuff like that. I would say so. I don't know what you guys say.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of that new wave of British heavy metal, and then also some more not psychedelic music, but like 70s kind of
exactly
more classic stuff.
Yeah, because the artwork of the cover artwork that you are in we talk about on time of your single is about 70s aesthetics. I mean the colors and No,
Yeah.
it's about that 70s.
Mhm.
So cool.
Yeah.
We like our 70s.
So nice. So you are now bringing out well, you've been bringing out a new single on time. I guess that you've been doing your creative work during pandemic. Is it possible? And if it's, how was it?
Yeah, exactly. We wrote this whole second album. So On Time was the first single from our upcoming second album that's going to be released in September. And we wrote the whole album, during pandemic. I guess we had some ideas from before, but it was both made it easier because obviously we had more time to go and get together and jam together. But also since nothing happened, so to say, it was a bit harder to get inspired by things.
Yeah.
It's the same every day. So.
Yeah, exactly. But we did do a nice thing when we went down to record it, because we recorded down in the southern parts of Sweden, in Skåne. So we rented a big house there basically, and just moved all of our equipment there. And we lived in one house, and then we made the other house into our own studio where we can work day and night. And that was a really cool experience for me, at least. I mean, you have to do a lot of work. Yeah. Because Arnaud was being the engineer for the album, which was super cool. But I think we had a lot of inspiration, recording the album and writing lyrics and stuff like that for the album as well.
Yeah, what about the lyrics? What are your main influence of your topics, and what you like to talk about it in your lyrics?
Yeah, the main lyric writer in this band is Totta, the one who's not here today.
Okay.
But the themes that she tends to discover is the kind of day-to-day stuff. We do not sing that much about dragons and demons and stuff like that. They do feature, but we're not like Ronnie James Dio. But it's more everyday kind of stuff, stuff that you would struggle with in your normal life, long lost love, or relationships with other people. There's a lot about relationships, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think from what I think she does is sometimes just take something an experience that happened to her or to a friend of hers or to a family member of hers, and then just create a story around that. That sometimes is what happened, sometimes it's a story that she made out of it, getting inspired by the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
And about the instrumental parts, do you like to improve around some riffs, or how is it go? How does it go?
So, I mean, we just kind of, usually someone has a riff or a couple chords that work well together. And then we just get together in the rehearsal space, the five of us, and with the drums and everything, and then just keep playing it until we come up with something that sounds good. And sometimes we have the same riff that we don't know what to do with for months. And sometimes you write one song in one afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't really channeled a process like this is how the RIVEN writes. It's we test, we do a lot of work in the rehearsal basically. And I think all of us really enjoy spending time in the rehearsal. So we tend to really focus on one song at a time. Oh, cool, we got this stuff, and then if it doesn't work, then we'll do something else. But we do have this kind of a joint effort, kind of. I would say.
Yeah.
Agree.
It is really nice because you're a classic band. I mean, nowadays everybody's with computers and laptops. Listen to this, and you do it in the rehearsal. That's quite nice. You are this way of classic way of doing music, I guess.
Definitely. I think we tried at the beginning to pre-record the very beginning of the one, record some demos before we go to rehearsal. We have the whole song almost ready on the computer, but then when we got to rehearsal, we changed everything. So it was
Yeah, I think that there are bands that they don't see each other, the members, I mean, and they do the CD or the album, and you need to feel it. I think it's a good point in the band that you feel what you are creating.
I think a lot of those bands, they usually have like one person who's like the creative engine, or like the creative driver, so to speak. But in this band, like we're all contributing, we're all like doing stuff. So in that sense, it's very organic. Because for bands that just have like one member doing everything, then you don't really have to do like rehearsals. You do rehearsals when you're going to record and when you're going to go on tour. But for us, it's like we need to do rehearsal in order to like actually write stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're talking about a second album, Peace and Conflict, and we have a new single out on time. Will we have another one?
Yeah, there's one coming out on the 8th of April. It's called Death.
And can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, that's one of the songs we're stuck in the rehearsal for ages because we never really got it to work. But then I think we dropped it for a while, but then picked it up again, and it felt a lot better.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see if you listen to the song, it starts like a very, I guess, kind of psychedelic riff or something. And then halfway through the song, it changes. We're just gonna choose songs that we managed to put together somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was what the song was.
Yeah.
Going for.
So nice. So 8th April, we'll be there, willing to check it and enjoy it. Another cover you made was Diamonds and Rust from Judas, which was written by you and Bad. Will you play it in your shows, or will you play another covers? What about it? And why did you choose this cover?
I mean, I don't want to spill the beans before the tour.
Oh, sorry.
Excited.
No.
But no, but we have played it before. It's a song that we really enjoyed playing. We have even recorded it live.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a high risk or like chance that we might play it. Possibility, I would say. But I mean, come to the show and you'll find out.
And I think we both really like the original version with John, and then we also like Judas Priest version, both the one they have in the studio and the one they have live in Unleash in the East. So it was like all the version of the of that songs we love. So it was a good song to cover, and it's funny to do a cover of a cover.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's an homage to two artists.
Please, could you tell us which is the most sentimental, or just choose one song of your band in order to invite people to listen to it, and why it's important for you, for each one of you?
Yeah.
I mean, I can start because I think that it's very important that people listen to our latest single On Time, because not just because, I mean, it's such a cliche that like, oh, listen to our like latest stuff, it's the best ever written, like this is where the band really peaks. But I actually do think so in this case. It's because it has the elements that we've like discussed before. It's got that like kind of new wave of British metal kind of drive to it, but it still has some kind of like sentimental theme to the lyrics. It's got a killer guitar solos, nice, like it's a really cool driving song, I would say. So if you want to listen to one song of the Riven, listen to On Time.
True. For me, I would say Finnish Woods on the first LP. That's before I was in the band even, and that was my favorite song before I joined. And I still think it's really good, and I enjoy to play it now as well.
Nice. Good. I was going to say that one as well. So I'm going to say another one. I'm going to say Death, which is the upcoming single that we have. So I don't know when this is going to be released. It might be out already. It might not be. Because I think it's a song that almost covers all the aspects of the Riven. It has a bit of psychedelic stuff. It has some more rock driving stuff. It has some quiet parts. So it's, it ticks all the boxes. There's a very long guitar solo as well, which I like because I'm big.
But it's very heavy though. It's like our heaviest song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, sounds good. Willing to hear it. And And well, maybe we must remember people. You'll be on 12th of April in Madrid, 13th and Vitoria, 14th Monzón, 15th Soria, 16th Lleida, 17th Torre de Embarra, 19th Ciudad Real, 20 Donosti, 21 in León, 22 Cangas do Morrazo, 23rd and A Coruña, and 24th Valladolid. There are plenty of dates, and yes, tell something to the public to go to see the shows, please.
All right. Now you put us on the spot.
Yes.
No, I mean it's the first headline tour we do with this formation. We've been playing with one guitar before, so it's the first chance anybody has to see a full show of the Riven with two guitars, with using the drums, and with all new material. We're going to be obviously playing the two new singles, but we may or may not play a song that no one has heard before, that it's not released yet. So if they want to hear it, maybe they can come to that.
Exactly. And I mean, we've also just done like a really great tour with Deadlord. So we're kind of, you know, we're warmed up now. Like we're at the peak of the Riven's existence right now. So if we're gonna go see a real live action rock and roll band, this is your time and this is your moment.
Yes.
And we must highlight that the first show you'll give in Spain in this the Riven Iberian tour will be the 12th in Madrid, will be free. We must highlight it in the Gurlitzer Ballroom. And it's the beginning of the show, so it's expected to be the the big star of the tour.
Yeah, exactly. We have a friend in Madrid, Ulla, who is his produced our first album and he mixed the second album. And when I asked him what's up with this venue, Gurlitzer Room, he said, fans, dirty Madrid rock bar. So that's what we're expecting. We're expecting it to be a fun show, expecting it to be dirty and rock. So it's gonna be free entrance. So we want to have like a hangover from that day that goes over the whole tour.
Come see us when we're still fresh.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the great selling points.
Okay, so maybe you would like to tell us something about your future plans, about continue with more shows in another sense or recording another album. I don't know. How do you see your future?
I'd say the future is looking bright, first of all. No, but we're gonna do this tour now in the Iberian Peninsula, and then we are going to be releasing our album in September. We're also going to be playing a few shows during the summer, like some festivals here and there and whatnot. No like tour, but just like on and off. Like I think we might do like 1 week or 2 weekends. And then we're gonna do some more shows towards the end of this year, and then spring 2023, I think we're gonna do a big tour. And from then on, it's just probably write another album, do a nice headline tour, maybe travel South America. We had the South America booked before the whole pandemic, so but we try to like get back these 2 years that we've lost during the pandemic.
So it sounds very good. You have plenty of projects, and surely you'll get them. So if you want to say something to people before meeting the shows, that's the time.
I'll say something in Spanish.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Vale, hablo español, así que voy a...
Bueno, gracias. Venga, lánzate.
Vamos a estar 2 semanas en la península. Van a ser 13 shows en 14 días, así que vamos a estar dándolo todo. Queremos volver a Estocolmo sin una gota de sudor que nos quede en el cuerpo. Y venid a uniros a nosotros, dejaos de procesiones de Semana Santa o tonterías esas. Venid a escuchar un poco de rock and roll, que os va a sentar bien.
I see you. I don't know the city, but I see you surely. So see you in the shows and enjoy. And good luck.
Thank you so much for the
Great.
interview.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Hasta luego.